The Boston Celtics raised their 18th banner just 10 months ago, and now they're aiming to do it again. The NBA playoffs have arrived, and Boston will begin their first-round matchup this Sunday, hoping to win back-to-back title for the first time since the 2017 and 2018 seasons. This is the perfect place to follow the Celtics' playoff journey, as we'll be covering every game just like we did last year. We're close to reaching a major milestone, 48,000 subscribers, so let's push to hit that mark before the playoffs begin. Could this be the same starting five that powered Boston through last year's playoff run? You know them well. They were essential in securing banner 18. But the question remains, can they bring home banner 19? Let's explore that in the first part of the show. Even though the past few weeks have felt a bit shaky and the opponents weren't the toughest, Boston is laser-focused on a repeat championship. I'll go over the recent developments and share some behind-the-scenes insights that may boost our confidence as fans that this could truly be Boston's year. The team is scheduled to play on Easter Sunday, April 20th, against either the Orlando Magic or the Atlanta Hawks. The play-in game for those teams is set for tomorrow, keeping everyone on edge to see who Boston's opponent will be in a potential best-of-7 series. Personally, I'd prefer to face the Atlanta Hawks. I see them as a lesser threat, and they've had injury issues. That said, Orlando is a strong contender as well. Much of the focus surrounds the starting five: Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Jaylen Brown. We've seen these guys play together for over 150 games, and it's been a privilege to watch this lineup, brilliantly assembled by Brad Stevens, push toward another title. However, looking at this group, there's a looming question: how much longer can they maintain this level of performance under the current salary cap conditions? Tatum and Brown are among the league's highest-paid players. The one player who really stands out to me heading into the postseason is Drew Holiday. I believe his spot on this team could be in jeopardy if the Celtics don't go all the way. He needs to step up in this crucial phase. His regular season numbers were acceptable, but they didn't live up to the expectations that came with his arrival in the summer of 2023. Although Holiday had an impressive playoff run last year, his drop in consistency this season has raised eyebrows, especially with regard to his scoring, playmaking, and three-point shooting. He led the NBA in corner three-point shooting last season, hitting over 65%, but this year he's disappeared in key moments. That creates uncertainty about his future. Still, I believe Holiday's playoff performance will look significantly different, just like it often does for elite players such as Tatum and Brown. With 82 games in a season, fluctuations are normal, but the playoffs are where it really matters. That's especially true for Holiday, who hasn't raised his game in the regular season as much as Boston might have hoped. The team still managed to win 61 games, an impressive feat, but now is the time for Holiday to prove he belongs in Boston long-term. Last year, Holiday played a pivotal role in the Celtics' run to banner 18, and his stats were solid: 50% shooting from the field and 40% from beyond the arc. But what really made a difference were the intangibles, like his clutch steal in the closing moments of a game against the Indiana Pacers that sealed the sweep. His defense extended beyond just shutting down guards. He was effective against big men as well. In many ways, Holiday's value lies beyond the stat sheet. However, if he's not hitting threes, dishing out assists, or capitalizing on defensive opportunities, his place in the lineup might be questioned. If Boston fails to repeat as champions, someone will be traded. And given his age, salary, and potential return in assets, Holiday may be the most likely candidate. The Celtics have the option to move on from Holiday if he doesn't shine in the postseason. He'll turn 35 next year, and although age isn't everything, his contract, around $33 million and set to increase, makes things tricky. He was signed for 4 years after a strong playoff showing, but the question now is whether they can retain him this offseason, even without an extension, if he plays well again. It's possible, but it gets complicated for a team that's been above the second tax apron for 2 straight years. In reality, whether it's Holiday, Brown, or Porzingis, Boston's path is clear: win the title or break up the core. That's the only way forward. The team can't afford the penalties of going over the second tax apron for a 3rd straight year, and realistically can't keep this starting five intact much longer. It's incredible that the front office managed to retain this lineup for 2 years, but keeping it together for a third without a championship seems unlikely. If they win, the penalties are worth it, and I'd gladly sacrifice draft picks to keep things rolling. If it's not broken, don't fix it, unless they lose, in which case adjustments are inevitable. That's just the nature of the business. So, could Holiday be a trade candidate? What do you think? Would the Celtics consider moving Drew Holiday this offseason if they fall short of the NBA Finals? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Personally, I'm leaning toward a trade. Considering his age, salary, and current value, it might be smart to move him while they still can. Now, are the Boston Celtics truly ready to be serious contenders in the NBA playoffs? We'll explore that soon, but first, it's important to mention the team's official ticket partner, an acclaimed platform that helps fans attend games at the best prices. If you're thinking about catching the Celtics in the playoffs, this is your go-to tool. I can tell you from experience, it's great to see your seat view before buying, avoiding awkward surprises like being stuck behind a post or too close to the restroom. The NBA playoffs are among my favorite events of the year, and this is a chance to witness history, whether you're supporting the Celtics or another team. Maybe you're also interested in seeing the Boston Red Sox, the Boston Bruins, or even a favorite artist like Noah Kahan or the Zac Brown Band. The app is ideal for sports, comedy shows, theater, or concerts. Getting started is easy. Just download the app and use a special code to receive a $20 discount on your first ticket purchase. Terms apply. Again, download the app, use the code, and save $20. Do it today, it's game time. The journey for back-to-back championships officially begins this week, which is thrilling, especially after watching recent games against the Charlotte Hornets and Washington Wizards. Excitement is building for some intense basketball action. Boston knows what's at stake. To quote a well-known saying, "We don't want the target on our backs. We want it squarely in front of us so we can see that red dot coming." That captures the essence of this season and the potential rewards ahead. A brief NBA history lesson tells us the last back-to-back champions were the Golden State Warriors in 2017 and 2018, led by Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. I graduated high school in 2017. The last time the Celtics went back-to-back was in 1968 and 1969 during Bill Russell's era, over 50 years ago. Their most recent attempt came with the Big Three in 2009 and 2010, which sadly fell short. That makes this a golden opportunity for the Celtics, who are all in. There's been chatter about how the team is adjusting and what they hope to accomplish as the playoffs approach. There was even a powerful message shared at a recent team meeting about striving for something truly meaningful, something they haven't achieved in decades. The team's current ambition feels like a compound effect, doubling the glory if they can repeat last year's success. That's the nature of the moment. It's essential to take advantage of this time. The notion that any player on the Celtics would shy away from this challenge, especially a leader, is hard to believe. Boston had a shorter offseason after reaching the NBA Finals and playing a preseason game in Abu Dhabi just 10 months ago. They won the NBA title in 5 games and now aim to do it again in a new cycle, despite several changes. Comparing this team to last year's is tough because it feels renewed. The current squad is battle-tested and seems more cohesive. They've broken multiple NBA and franchise records this season, including three-point shooting milestones and notable individual accomplishments. One standout came from a bench player who hit an extraordinary number of threes, just another testament to this team's depth and potential. Yet, there's an intimidating force out west, the rising Oklahoma City Thunder, a young team with immense talent. Things look good for now, but dynamics can shift quickly. The real obstacle to Boston repeating as champions is injuries. That's why I'm sending positive vibes and hoping injury issues, especially with Brown, Holiday, Tatum, and Porzingis, resolve in time. Last year, Porzingis missed the first 3 playoff rounds and only played 2 games in the finals. We need a fully healthy roster for the next 4 series. That's the key to success. The Thunder will be tough, but a healthy Boston team is one I'd pick against anyone. It may sound bold, but I've watched 56 Celtics games this season and know this squad inside out. I've seen their weaknesses, their grit, their dominance, beating opponents by over 30 points. I'm confident the Boston Celtics will be NBA champions in 2024. I'm putting it out there. They will repeat and will raise banner 19. So, how confident are you that the Celtics will win the NBA Finals? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm close to a 10, but I'd love to hear your take. Whether you agree or not, make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all the NBA playoff action starting this Sunday. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a shocking turn of events, rumors are swirling around the Boston Celtics locker room as tension builds between head coach Joe Mazzulla and star guard Derek White. Sources close to the team have reported an ongoing dispute that may ultimately lead to White's departure from the Celtics. The clash between Mazzulla and White is said to have stemmed from a series of miscommunications and differing views on the team's strategy moving forward, leaving fans and insiders alike questioning the future of one of the NBA's most promising defensive players. Derek White, who joined the Celtics in a trade from the San Antonio Spurs in 2022, has quickly solidified his role as a key player on the roster. Known for his defensive prowess and leadership on the court, White was instrumental in Boston's success, including their 2024 NBA championship win. His selection to the NBA All-Defensive Team in both the 2022-23 and 2023-24 seasons only added to his reputation as one of the league's top guards. However, it seems that his relationship with Mazzulla has taken a dramatic turn for the worse, with tensions reportedly rising during recent team meetings. The root of the conflict appears to center around White's role in the Celtics' defensive schemes. Mazzulla, known for his demanding coaching style, has reportedly expressed frustration with White's perceived resistance to certain defensive strategies. Sources claim that White, who has always prided himself on being a versatile defender, feels stifled by Mazzulla's rigid system, which has led to a breakdown in communication between the two. The situation has only worsened as the team heads into the offseason, with White allegedly growing disillusioned with his coach's vision. Despite the growing rumors, the Celtics organization has remained tight-lipped, refusing to comment on the situation. However, whispers within the league suggest that White may be exploring his options, potentially seeking a trade to a team where he could have more freedom on the court. The speculation has sent shockwaves through the NBA community, with several teams reportedly keeping a close eye on the situation. White's defensive skills, combined with his championship pedigree, make him one of the most coveted players on the market, and a potential trade could have major implications for the Celtics' future. As the drama unfolds, one thing remains clear. The tension between Mazzulla and White is a storyline to watch closely. Whether the two can patch up their differences, or if the Celtics will be forced to part ways with one of their most valuable assets, remains to be seen. For now, the rumors continue to swirl, leaving fans and analysts alike eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding saga. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.